Picture a world where everyone's lost their minds. Mean for sport, lying as a greeting, chaos everywhere. In the middle of this madness stood one man, Noah. While everyone else was off the rails, Noah walked the straight path, faithful, kind, and teaching his family to do right. He was a good man in a world gone wild, standing out like a tuxedo at a mud wrestling match. Noah focused on what mattered, his family and his faith. He wasn't perfect, but he tried to live right when everyone else had given up. Surrounded by chaos, he kept being a beacon of light. Noah just kept on being Noah, a good man in a crazy world. From the heavens above, God gazed down upon the earth. What he saw was not a pretty picture. The world was drowning in its own sins, teetering on the brink of utter chaos. And so he decided it was time for a reset, a cosmic do-over, a chance to wipe the slate clean and start anew. A divine intervention was needed, and fast. In his infinite wisdom, he didn't pick the loudest, the most influential, or the richest among them, those consumed by their own ambitions and desires. Instead, he chose Noah, a humble and righteous man, perhaps the only truly good man left standing amidst the moral decay. A beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. And so God spoke to Noah, revealing his plan. I'm sending a flood, a cataclysmic deluge, to cleanse the world of its wickedness, to wash away the corruption that has taken root. But fear not, Noah, for I'm saving you and your family from this impending doom. You, your wife, your sons and their wives will be spared. The plan? Build an ark, a vessel of salvation, a refuge from the storm. Not just any boat, but a massive boat, the likes of which the world had never seen. A floating zoo, a testament to faith. It had to be big enough for Noah's family to house them safely away from the impending disaster. And not only them, but also two of every animal, a male and a female, to ensure the continuation of life after the flood. Imagine Noah hearing this divine command. Can you fathom the sheer disbelief, the overwhelming sense of responsibility? Build a boat, a colossal vessel, in the middle of dry land, far from any ocean or river, a seemingly impossible task. And then, to make matters even more challenging, fill it with animals, creatures of all shapes and sizes, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. It was wild, utterly audacious, a plan that defied all logic and reason. But Noah, in his unwavering faith, listened intently to God's instructions. God handed him the blueprints, detailed specifications for the ark's construction, a divine guide for this monumental undertaking. And with those blueprints came the biggest responsibility ever bestowed upon a single human being, to save life on earth. Noah didn't argue, didn't question the seemingly impossible nature of the task. He trusted in God's plan, in his divine wisdom. The fate of the world, the survival of all living creatures, rested on one man's unwavering faith. It rested on a boat no one believed in, a project that seemed ludicrous to the rest of the world. It was a plan so audacious, so improbable that only God could dream it up. And Noah, against all odds, was all in, ready to embark on this incredible journey of faith and survival. Noah got to work. No questions, just faith. He told his family, "We're building a boat," and showed them God's plans. They gathered gopher wood and started building old school style. No power tools, just sweat and teamwork. The ark was massive, longer than a football field, taller than a house. There were mishaps, dropped logs, sticky tar, lost measuring ropes. It was chaos, but Noah kept them going, fixing mistakes and cheering them on. Every day they sawed, hammered and sealed the boat, turning their backyard into a shipyard. Neighbors stared, but Noah focused on the mission. Slowly, the impossible took shape. Faith built that ark, one board at a time. You can't build a giant boat in your yard without people noticing. At first, the neighbors were curious. Then they started mocking. "Look at Noah building a boat in the desert, says God told him a flood's coming." The laughter grew, and Noah became the town joke. Kids dared each other to knock on the ark. Adults rolled their eyes, but Noah didn't flinch. He kept building, kept warning, "A storm is coming, there's still time to change." No one listened. Day after day, year after year, Noah's faith stood strong against the world's ridicule. He built more than a boat, he built a legacy of trust. It takes courage to stand alone for what's right. Noah did just that. The Ark was finished, a testament to years of labor, a beacon of hope against the coming storm. Every plank was in place, every beam secured. It stood tall and imposing, ready to fulfill its divine purpose. The sheer scale of the vessel was breathtaking, a floating sanctuary prepared to house the world's creatures. Now for the animals. The most extraordinary chapter of this epic tale was about to unfold. God sent out a call, a silent summons that resonated across the lands, reaching every corner of the earth. And animals came from everywhere, two by two. Responding to an instinct they couldn't explain, they began their journey towards the Ark. It was a sight unlike any other, a living tapestry of fur, feathers, and scales converging on a single point. Imagine elephants at the door, their massive forms lumbering towards the entrance, a gentle sway to their gait. Penguins in the heat, waddling across the unfamiliar terrain, a comical sight as they navigated the warm earth. Sloths taking their sweet time. A testament to patience, they moved with deliberate slowness, unhurried by the urgency of the moment. Lions and lambs walked side by side, an unprecedented display of harmony, ancient rivalries forgotten in the face of a greater purpose. No fighting, just a peaceful parade. A symphony of hooves, paws, and claws moving in unison, a testament to the power of divine intervention. Getting them aboard was a comedy, a logistical puzzle of epic proportions, a challenge that tested the limits of patience and ingenuity. Giraffes ducking through doors, their long necks bending and contorting to navigate the Ark's entrance, a humorous dance of grace and awkwardness. Monkeys swinging from rafters, turning the Ark into their personal playground, a chaotic display of acrobatic prowess. Hippos inching up the ramp, their massive weight testing the strength of the structure, a slow and steady climb towards safety. Noah's family checked them in like hotel guests, meticulously recording each arrival, ensuring that every species was accounted for, finding a spot for everyone. A complex game of spatial Tetris, carefully arranging the animals to maximize space and minimize conflict. Even the snakes had a place, a designated corner where they could coil and rest, away from the trampling feet of larger creatures. Though not everyone was thrilled. Some of Noah's family members kept a safe distance, their fear of the slithering reptiles palpable. From the biggest to the smallest, from the towering elephants to the minuscule mice, every creature had a spot. Each animal, regardless of size or species, was given a place of refuge, a sanctuary from the impending storm. The Ark became a floating zoo, a microcosm of the world's biodiversity, a testament to the Creator's boundless imagination. Organized by faith and a touch of divine magic, a harmonious coexistence achieved through unwavering belief and a little bit of supernatural intervention. It was a miracle in motion, a floating testament to hope, resilience, and the enduring power of faith. With everyone aboard, God sealed the door. Inside, it was a wild symphony, roaring lions, chattering monkeys, crowing roosters. The smells? Let's just say air fresheners didn't stand a chance. The family worked non-stop, feeding, watering, cleaning, especially after the elephants. It was hard, messy, and loud, but they did it together. They solved problems, rationing food, keeping woodpeckers from pecking holes. Every day was a test of patience and teamwork. In the chaos, they grew closer, united by purpose. Floating on endless water, they kept hope alive. The Ark was more than a boat. It was a lesson in faith, family, and survival, and the world outside was changing forever. For 7 days, they waited inside while the world laughed. Then the rain began, first a drizzle, then a downpour. Water rose from the ground and fell from the sky, unstoppable, relentless. The laughter outside turned to fear as the flood swallowed everything. Inside, the Ark rocked and lifted, floating as the world disappeared beneath the waves. For 40 days and nights, the rain never stopped. Mountains vanished, and the world became an endless sea. Everything outside was gone, but inside, life survived. Noah's faith had built their salvation. One man's trust in God became the world's only hope. The Ark floated, a pocket of life in a washed, clean world. The storm had come, but so had a new beginning. After the rain, the ark drifted for months, no land, just water everywhere. The family found ways to pass the time, games, stories, and learning to live together in tight quarters. The animals had their own drama: monkeys escaping, wolves howling, sloths moving at their own pace. Noah became zookeeper, referee, and peacekeeper. Finally, the ark bumped to a stopland, but the world was still flooded, so Noah sent out a raven, then a dove. The dove returned with an olive leaf. Life was coming back. Hope soared. The long wait was almost over. The end of the journey was in sight. The floodwaters had receded, but the earth was left scarred and barren. The once vibrant land was now a desolate expanse of cracked mud and withered vegetation. It seemed as though life itself had been extinguished, leaving behind only a haunting reminder of the devastation that had occurred. The air hung heavy with the silence of a world reborn, yet still struggling to breathe. After what must have felt like an eternity, God told Noah it was time to open the door of the ark. The moment had finally arrived to leave the confines of their floating sanctuary and step back into a world irrevocably changed. As the massive wooden door creaked open, sunlight poured in, illuminating the interior of the ark and casting long shadows across the muddy landscape outside. It was a blinding, glorious light, a symbol of hope after months of darkness and confinement. Noah, his family, and all the animals cautiously stepped onto the fresh, muddy ground. Each footstep was a testament to their survival, a mark of resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. The earth squelched beneath their feet, a reminder of the waters that had once covered everything. Before them lay a new world, a blank canvas upon which they would rebuild their lives and create a future for generations to come. The landscape was raw and untamed, but it held the promise of renewal and the potential for a fresh start. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Noah's first act was to give thanks to the Almighty, acknowledging the divine grace that had spared them from destruction. He understood the magnitude of their salvation and the importance of recognizing God's unwavering presence. He gathered stones and built an altar, a sacred space for offering sacrifices and praising God for their miraculous survival. It was a testament to their faith, a symbol of their commitment to honoring the divine covenant. As they stood on the mountain, surveying the vast expanse of the reborn world, a profound sense of hope filled their hearts. They had weathered the storm, and now they were ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. And then, as if to confirm his unwavering commitment, God set a rainbow in the sky, a breathtaking arc of vibrant colors stretching across the heavens. It was more than just a beautiful sight. It was a sign of his promise, a visible reminder of the covenant he had made with Noah and all living creatures. "Never again will I destroy the world with a flood," God declared, his voice echoing through the valleys and resonating in their hearts. The rainbow was a covenant, a sacred agreement between God and humanity, a symbol of his enduring love and mercy. It was a promise of hope, a beacon of light in the aftermath of devastation, and a testament to the power of new beginnings. Noah's unwavering faith had not only saved his family, but had also paved the way for the repopulation of the earth. His obedience and trust in God had given the world a second chance, a fresh start to rebuild and flourish. The story isn't just about a boat, a flood, and a group of animals seeking refuge. It's a profound lesson about trust. Trust in a power greater than ourselves, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. It's about hope, the unwavering belief that even in the darkest of times there is always the possibility of a brighter future. And most importantly, it's about God's faithfulness, his unwavering commitment to his creation, his enduring love, and his promise to never abandon us. No matter how dark the storm clouds may gather, no matter how fierce the winds may blow, there's always a rainbow waiting at the end, a symbol of hope and renewal. That's the heart of the story, the enduring message that resonates through the ages. Amen.